Welcome in to Coast Disc Golf on Central Coast Disc Golf. I am Ian Anderson. That is Cory Merle, and these are your topics. We are looking at our Preserve final thoughts, taking a peek at the Disc Golf Pro Tour viewer metrics report they put out. The Disc Golf Pro Tour 2027 schedule is taking shape. They've announced some events there. I'm going to talk about those. We have an interview with Kimmo Turunen, the producer of the World Flying Disc Federation Team Challenge, also a member of the Pulsea Disc Academy. They're putting that on. Philo and I are going over there for that. Spoiler alert. And then we are taking a look at our fantasy, our trivia, and our comments, Cory. It's a great episode. Let's get into the action. Like this episode, the Preserve was fantastic. Maybe the least fantastic thing about it was the no jerseys for Gannon and Calvin Heimberg, Cory.
Yeah, overall, massive success. And I'd say shocking, but if you've been in disc golf long enough, you realize that the snafu not getting Gannon their jerseys is maybe the least shocking part of the event. Classic disc golf. They'd been marketing those jerseys for so long. We kind of talked about this in our last episode, but we got a little bit more context about the issue at hand. Ben Narlock on YouTube mentioned that not only did Calvin and Gannon not wear their matching jerseys or even match in general, but the jerseys weren't even delivered to those who ordered them before the event. That is not right, Ian.
Classic disc golf, buddy. Classic disc golf. But like I said, that's probably the only bad thing about that tournament, man, and that's just the minorest nitpick ever. The Preserve is getting pretty universal praise for the venue. It was a great doubles format. The course kind of worked out for it. It's a great fan experience. What do you think, Cory? Is there anything better than the Preserve?
Yeah, I like a couple properties better than the Preserve, but the vibe when you're there might be second to none. I mean, Portland, pretty much any course we go there and play in the Pro Tour has an amazing energy. Yeah. The toboggan, obviously the Michigan crowd makes for an incredible venue for disc golf, but the camping at the Preserve, the overall looseness of the players when they're there, they even feel like they're a little bit at summer camp. Yeah. It really does elevate the event to a next level spectating both on and off the course experience.
Yeah, we did have some commenters suggest some alternate venues. We'll give you the list here and kind of go through those. Cory's suggestion of the Memorial has been deemed insane by production. I take that one, Cory.
Oh, I'll take it right on the chin, as I always do. My Maj-Taj score is very high, indexing high towards take a joke. So nothing can faze me. I stand by what I said. An early season exhibition type event at Memorial location, Fountain Hills, is fun to me. Call me a crusty old. I don't care. I want to see some of our legacy events and locations come back. I stand on it.
Okay, speaking of crusty and old, but also awesome, we have De La. Doesn't work just because of the coverage issues, but it'll be a fun doubles course. I would think. It's challenging.
Yeah, it's a fun everything course.
Yeah, I like this one. Eagles Crossing. Again, no, you have no network coverage out there. I don't think that one's gonna work. I like these next three: Smugs, Brewster, Fox Run. I guess that's two, but fantastic. The vibe there is fantastic. The courses are awesome. I think they set up nicely for doubles with all the OB on Fox Run. Which one would you take? A Brewster Fox Run, or do you think you use both?
I think just use both. There's a reason for the success there, and it's the dichotomy between the two courses. Even if it has to be like a 4-round event or something like that, you get 2 and 2. The doubles format proven at this point to be a fan favorite. It was a hit. So you take a fan favorite format, throw it at a fan favorite course. It's going to be a W.
Yeah, it seems like an easy win. We have someone suggest the IDGC course, but does that even exist anymore? Do we even know what it looks like?
It will. Paul Macbeth, Brian Earhart taking the lead and redesigning it. But the property, it's a can't miss property. If you've ever been out there, it will be an amazing course when it's finished. Who knows when it will be? But yeah, somebody had mentioned bringing back the Hall of Fame Classic as more of a team or doubles event, kind of bringing back the spirit of the game kind of energy there. I think that would be a great choice if they could make it happen.
Cool. I really like this next option. You kind of actually already mentioned it. Portland with the Northwest Championships, Milo, Glendoveer, both just gems of courses.
Just stick it at Milo, though.
I think sticking at Milo too, man. Biggest Milo homer there is. And get off the golf courses. As good as Glendoveer is for the spectator experience, Yeah, I guess there is that angle too. It's tough, isn't it, Corey? It's really tough.
Yeah,
Man.
and of all the golf courses, like Glendevere, in it, now we're getting into litigating the courses, is a nice one.
It
But
is.
I like a one course tournament for this doubles event. You know what I mean? Change the formats, keep the course the same, I feel.
Yeah, no, I feel that one. Some people suggested Europe, but I'm just going to say no because of the limited fields. It's like 30-ish people from the U.S. go over every year, or lately. These, I think you're just going to miss out on a lot of people. I don't know. What do you think, Corey?
I mean, how many European teams were there at the preserve doubles?
2.
So either you have it here and you miss some Europeans, or you have it there and you miss some Americans. I think having 1-1 is fair. Like it was a super popular event. Maybe with the doubles, you have a few more people that come over. You know what I mean?
Okay. I can see a little more financially viable. Maybe you have better chances of cashing, I would think. Maybe. Yeah. We'll see. Some other options. I really like this next one. I think it's a great pick. Stockton and OTB. Leonard Mew is a great course designer. I could really see him leaning into the doubles format, shaping these holes to provide the right risk-reward scenario for 2 people. Mm-hmm. It's also just a great party tournament, man. You have the OTB warehouse. Everyone goes and hangs out at night, and it's a vibe. Everyone's camping in the parking lot at Swenson. I think this is probably my favorite pick, actually.
I think I probably agree with you as well. Like, the Preserve and OTB do kind of share that element of being... Yeah. The last remaining kind of like party good vibe tournaments. Well, MVP to a degree, but it's kind of shifted away from its camp vibe experience.
Right.
But OTB Open doesn't really have as much juice or maybe as much character as a lot of these other tournaments. I think the course, while the golf is very good, it's a bit forgettable in the grand scheme of things. And spicing it up with a doubles format would probably do wonders to like set it apart from the rest of the tour.
Just think of the insane ill-advised rollers we would see all weekend long, Corey.
Well, and I know, Sean Mercy's done a ton of work installing, and the crew has done a ton of work installing a ton of, permanent tee pads on a temp course. So if you're talking changing the course again, I'm sure he would love to hear that he's got to build 5 to 12 new tee pads.
Let's just move baskets, Corey. It's a little easier, a little less expensive, a little easier. Let's move baskets. Yeah. Let's not put that on him. We also saw suggestions of Maple Hill, but that's I don't know, man. That tournament has too much history for me to change it up at this point.
Agreed. You to lose, because essentially you're saying we sacrifice the singles tournament for the doubles.
Right.
I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out too, man. I think Pickard would be good, but again, I kind of like that tournament too. The KC Wide Open course, Austin could work with the 2 courses that are very different, but again, you'd probably have to stretch it to 4 days again for doubles, which would get kind of crazy. Man, I think OTB is your winner. That's.
I agree. Also, Sean Mercy, they like to take swings, right? They took the Wooded Major on as the Open Major at that point. Yeah. And got, I would say, a little bit of public blowback. Like, some people weren't quite as into it as maybe they were for Champions Cup being over in Virginia. Mm-hmm. But I think they would run with the doubles idea. And, yeah, I think that's our pick.
Yeah, it also kind of breaks it up schedule-wise, too. It's a little earlier in the year. You got a little break, and then you got Preserve or whatever you have. So, man, Sean's, make it happen. We're counting on you guys to
do it.
Double up this OTB thing. We had some comments on the format, Corey, which I thought was always interesting. Said the best shot format was awesome, but alt shot was a miss for me. The players seemed to actually be having fun out there for a change on Friday and Saturday, and the action was so great. The alt shot was awkward and borderline tragic, especially for FPO. I'm with Simon that it should have been all best shot. I feel similarly about having a par 54-ish course on tour. Let them have some fun. Stack up the highlights for a change. You do not agree with this, Corey. I already know.
I'm gonna point out the part that I do agree with. I love the idea of a par 54 shootout. I think the tour needs that, right? It's if it's attempting to capture all different styles of golf, the par 54 birdie fest kind of shootout is a form of golf that I think I would like to see represented out there. Yeah. Having said that, let these guys have some fun. I'm sorry, they're touring the world playing disc golf. And I know that sometimes it can get frustrating out there, but give me a break. How about we send them into construction manual labor for 4 months, work that job, and then tell me that disc golf tour is not fun. Okay, I just want to establish that, like,
Perspective. Yeah.
perspective, right? But no,
Yeah.
I totally disagree. Best shot is great for a round, but it doesn't apply or supply, I should say, the score separation, the dynamic change in leaderboard that the alt shot did. You know, like Ricky and Hamas made up, what was it, 7 strokes? I think they were back going into the final round, or 5
Something like
strokes
that.
back, tied for 7th. Excuse me, and that's just not going to get made up in best shot. So I would like to see some format change, and we can get into that in a sec, but I do not think the format should just be best shot, best shot, best shot.
Would you like to see, a best score round?
Yeah, 100%. Like, to me, that's the ideal format for this. You have 3 rounds, 3 different styles of scoring. It's best shot, and then it's best score of 2 singles rounds being played, and then alt shot to finish it up. Like, to me, that is the ideal way to fully flesh out a team victory.
Do you take into consideration the angle that alternate shot on Sunday is horrible for Jomez and post-produced? Does that enter in your equation at all for like which day is which format? Would you
Sports
maybe
are meant to
change it?
viewed live. Sports are meant to viewed live.
Okay.
So if it stinks for Jomez, then it stinks that they're in a slightly worse market. Like, you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, the play on the course is what's most important. Like, if you watch that live broadcast, dude, that was electric stuff coming down the stretch.
It was the best of the year, probably.
Borderline, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I would darn Jomez has one not optimal event in the season. They also get 3 or 5 Jomez series throughout the year with no live. So, like,
That's true.
and Jomez is owned by the Pro Tour. Let's remember this. Like, there is
Right.
actually no Jomez interests, really. It is the Pro Tour's interest, and they just wear a Jomez shirt, right? So,
Yeah, but did they take a financial hit? Did they take a financial hit by having this have an alt shot on Sunday as opposed to alt shot on Saturday?
we're going to get into the metrics shortly for the views, right, of the Preserve. They had 300 or 200,000 views on that final round. I assure you that is not a losing proposition to make those Jomez videos.
I'm just saying, you're missing out on some opportunity, some upside.
Sure.
Saying, they're definitely missing out on some upside with the not having the winner on your final round card. It hurts views. It just does. There's no way around it.
Agreed.
Some other topics we had here. Best score round. We kind of already talked about that. Maybe 9 solo holes each scenario. It's kind of interesting. Should there be a ratings cap?
No. All out on that. I mean, yeah. I liked frankly, the highest rated team lost. There's your answer.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. Oh, they're the second highest rated team won.
Fair.
Should there be a team challenge with bigger teams, perhaps a manufacturer's cup, some kind of shenanigans like that? What do you think, Cory?
I don't hate it. I think it's going to be tough to... The Manufacturers' Cup, for me, I don't think a single event should be decided by the manufacturers. I think a season-long standing point, similar to F1, would be nice to kind of like have tracked and be a formal part of the standings, not necessarily impacting the Tour Championship like registration. But I would like to track which manufacturers are scoring the most points throughout the season. I think it would keep a couple of them honest as far as their teams, too, to see exactly how far behind they are.
Yeah, it really would.
But
it's
like,
got to mean something, Cory. There's got to be a prize. No one's going to track a meaningless thing at the end of the year.
Prize for sure. No.
It's got to be something. I don't know what it is.
Keep it
but there's gotta be
formal in that
something.
regard. I agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. We talked about views already. Let's move on to the Disc Golf Pro Tour Viewer Metrics Report. It's been out for a couple of weeks. We had some time to digest this. Going to give you some numbers. We're going to give you their numbers. We're going to give you some of our numbers. See if they match. Let's go through it. They say Jomez views are up this year, Cory. That's one of their big headlines. But if you go to the Preserve and you go to some of their other post-produced tournaments, you can pick a tournament this year, tournament last year, it's pretty much down universally, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think we are slightly discounting Europe, right? I believe the European swing, those 4 events, were up relative to last year. if memory serves me. At least 3 out of the 4 were. Maybe European Open was a little down, but that had Worlds, so like hard to exactly go 1-to-1 there.
True.
But I don't totally know what they're referring to with a lot of this because, like you said, I mean, I crunched the numbers on the MPO for NWDGC, or I should say, our valiant editor and producer Dennis did, and just those year over year are down about 40%, 600,000 down year over year. So I don't know, like, is it the fact that there's more events, the Jomez series, are kind of maybe boosting those up? And
think so.
You know, when a governing body puts out graphics like these, they're going to find stats that make it look good, and they're going to cook them in ways that make it look good. So I don't know. It all seems a bit dubious. Having said that, the preserve probably needs a little bit more time to have views kind of matriculate in. Round 2, though, Ian, there was a bit of a boo-boo.
Hold on. I'll get there.
What a day.
How does that happen? Where did that audio come from? How does that happen? And how is it still in the video? Are there questions?
Well, I mean, I'll tell you how it's still in the video. They are not sacrificing those views, baby. We just talked about how important they are.
You can mute 3 seconds of a YouTube video. You just mute the video.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's what I would do. I don't know. I'm speechless about how that actually ends up in there. We kind of off air had been talking about the different ways that maybe it could find its way in there. My best guess, and this is giving like credit to the people making them, is that it was maybe a loose line of audio from a different video that was left in a timeline. That doesn't really make sense either. No explanation to that audio being in there makes sense. It was too clean to be like somebody off camera speaking. It's weird.
It was really weird. Like, it's so funny. Like, we're media guys, dude. Like, we shoot, we edit, we do all the things, and we cannot figure out how this got on there. Other than, I think your timeline is probably the best guess, but why would it even be on a timeline in the first place?
I don't know. I mean, there's 2 things that it sounds like. Either A, maybe what everybody else thinks it sounds like, and then B, like maybe it was somebody like trying to hike up a hill.
Oh.
Because there's a little bit of a chuckle from a guy in the background, you know, but I mean, suspect at best.
It was interesting. Let's get back to the report. They said they have their season success graphic as well. They said their ticket sales are up 30% from last year. That's a great metric, and that one seems like it's pretty cut and dry. Ticket sales, ticket sales are ticket sales are ticket sales, right?
Exactly, and that tracks. I think just being out at like a couple of events this year, it seems to me that the crowds are getting back to a more juiced up spot. So like I think I'm not going to push back on that metric too much.
Yeah. They also say they have 60K on-site visits thus far this year, but there is kind of a disclaimer on that, Cory.
Yeah, the fine print at the bottom of the page, at the very, very bottom of the page, notes that event visits represent the total number of entries through the gates at a ticketed event. Now, this includes fans, competitors, volunteers, vendors, staff, and other members of the event community. So that's like people that are golf carting in from Board of Tourism. That counts. And that captures the total number of times a venue is visited in the tournament week. So a player and a caddy coming in for 3 days, that's 6, baby. This does not really represent the total market of people on site, right? Those people are not purchasing discs. Those people are not in the gallery per se. It's a weird kind of cook the books number, in my opinion.
Did someone from Enron make this report, Cory?
Yeah, seriously. This has got like pyramid scheming written on it.
We kid, but not really. We have 2 million viewership sessions on DGN. That's a heck of a ton of viewership sessions, but fine print there. Viewership sessions do not always represent an individual unique viewer. A viewer who watches both FPO and MPO on the same day would generate 2 viewership sessions. And I know myself, when I'm watching, I'm probably in and out 10 times. If I'm watching all MPO round,
That's what, 100%. Or it's like, oh, I'm going to I'm watching on my TV, on my Apple TV. I'm going to go in the kitchen and make lunch. I'm going to put it on my iPad.
Yeah.
Like, that's two. Or, like, I have to go run and get this, turn it off, turn it back on. That's another third one. So, it's strange. Just give me the actual, like,
Sub count.
average concurrent viewer for this, or the sub count. Oh my
Or
God.
just
Well,
give the
first of all,
sub count, because that's at the end of the day, that for DGN, that's literally all that matters. Is subs.
Yeah.
Like, Netflix is not reporting this. They're reporting, our subscribers were this, now they're this. Like.
I mean, Netflix is notoriously undercover with their numbers. Like, they don't even give this. They would never.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so, right? I think that, but they
No,
have to report for Wall Street. They got
for earnings calls and stuff like that.
stuff
Yeah.
like that, yeah. So interesting.
Well, when
there's
DGPT is publicly traded, we'll get these numbers.
Yeah, I guess we will, right? They'll have you federally mandated. They have an increase in social media followers. They're up quite a bit. They have 1 million live viewers on the Disc Golf Pro Tour YouTube channel for that free hour. That's pretty solid. And then again, they have this Jomez Pro 40% increase. We're calling cap on that. I think Cory's right. I think it's just they're adding the Jomez series. They're adding maybe more practice rounds because of those Jomez series. You have the podcast. Because, like, again, if you compare tournament to tournament, like, you looked at the Northwest Championship, Cory, last year.
Yeah.
This year compared to last year.
1.7
versus
1.1. So that's like 600,000. Effectively, that's the difference that they accounted for, but in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. OTB is the same thing. 2025 was 414,000.
For final round.
Final round, 2026 is 364. So it's, down 50,000 views.
That's a major. In fairness, that's a major, but it's down.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's down. It's down. We are, like we said, missing from this information is the subscription info. How many people are there? How many people do they add this year? How many people are they dropping? Individual unique viewers and individual tickets sold versus the sessions and visits number. And then merch sales would be cool to know too. Like, what the store's putting out this year compared to last year. So,
and should be noted, this is from the beginning of the season up through the Northwest Disc Golf Championship.
Right.
So
Yep.
not accounting for the Midwest swing, the Preserve, European swing. None of that is factored into this pocket. So that could affect, those numbers. But the trends that we're seeing is down across the board on Jomez. So I don't know exactly where that's coming from.
Yeah, it's this report. I'll give it a 50-50. There's some good nuggets. There's also there's some fluff in here, man. Where there's some accounting tactics or made to look nice. But you got to give them the ticket sales. I don't know how you could fluff that number. 60K or was it? Ticket sales up 30%. So I'll, that seems like a solid one. You can give them the win there. I'm not buying the 40% though on Jomez. The Pro Tour season. We're about three-quarters of the way through. The 2027 season is taking shape. They announced 3 events to start the season. We got the Supreme Flight Open 312, the Big Easy Open 319, and the Queen City Classic April 2nd. So, yeah, that's right. They're kind of pushing the start of the season up a little. Oh, those were last year's events. Excuse me. We're doing 227 for the Supreme Flight, 313 for the Big Easy Open, and Queen City Classic 327.
No, that was this year, buddy. So they are actually pushing it up a couple of weeks.
Oh, they are. Thank you.
Yeah. So the season is going to be starting about 2 weeks after it did this year, and then by the time we get to Queen City and Champions Cup, though, it's going to be about on pace, which to me means that it's going to be starting with a fast and furious pace, right? I think one of the things that we were kind of excited about this year is that there was more off weeks, especially early on as players get their arms and bodies like back into shape. It is just going to be go, go, go from the jump next year.
Yeah, it is. I wonder if they're going to have fewer events then, Cory, to keep kind of building those off weeks.
I cannot. I mean, maybe.
They did this year. There's fewer events this year than last year.
True. This is true. I don't think that trend is going to continue, right? I mean, they need live events to rationalize subs.
Yeah, no, exactly, dude. I'm with you. They need to push that number back up where it was before. The PDGA also announced their major schedule last month. You got the Champions Cup 415 through 18 in Lynchburg, Virginia. Worlds is kind of early this year. It's in mid-June in Portland, which we love. And then the European Open is 722 through 725. Where are you on early season Worlds, Cory?
I mean, I go back and forth on this one, truly, because you've got to make it fit with the schedule. So if you're going to have a Portland Worlds, it can't be August, right? You can't be like in Michigan and then next 2 weeks later in Portland, then back. That's like USWDGC style treatment. We would never treat the men like that. Gosh.
You're right.
But
That's funny.
Yeah. I will say it feels, we were talking about this a little bit before the show. And what a lot of these other sports have is they have consistency in scheduling. The Masters is the Masters. It's going to be the same weekend. Wimbledon's Wimbledon. It's going to be the same weekend. Disc golf, we're pushing towards that, but we're not quite there yet. USDGC has its week. US Women's rotates around and is at a different time. And Worlds, being the traveling roadshow that it is just not going to have that same scheduling pocket. So, I think Utah Worlds 2021 was about the same time. It was like mid-June.
It was.
European Worlds last year was in mid-July. So it's not unheard of to be changing the dates around, but I think it does take a little bit of the hype, a little bit of the, I don't know, expectation and prestige, maybe not right word, but like the buildup is lessened a little bit when it's just in a different part of the year each year.
Yeah, I also like just having it to look forward to later in the year. Like, Worlds is coming, it's going to be, but like, it's already over. It's like, I don't know.
Honestly, I feel the same way about the Masters in golf, though. It's like that is the event that everyone's paying attention to. And it's kind of funny that it's like one of the first events of the formal golf season.
Yeah.
Although they kind of play all year round, so it's not exactly a one-to-one.
And disc golf in Georgia, you better get there when the weather's nice. Because
good point.
You're not trying to be there right now.
Yeah.
So, looking forward to
I will say, though,
should be good.
Tagging onto that a little bit, European Open at Ale, I mean, we're going to dive into this, obviously, as the event comes up. That is going to be amazing. Property's unbelievable. Golf should be great. I think it's a huge upgrade over the Tallinn Festival grounds.
Oh my gosh, yeah, absolutely agree with you. Speaking of Europe, Philo and I are headed over to Finland in a couple weeks. We're going to be calling the World Flying Disc Federation Team Championship. So we're going to bring in our man, Kimmo Turunen. He's a live producer with Pulsea Disc Golf Academy and also works with Pulsea Disc Golf Academy. Let's bring him in. We are super excited to bring in Kimmo Turunen, the live producer for the World Flying Disc Federation Team Championships and also a Pulsea Disc Golf Academy member. Tell us about the Team Championships and how this come about.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's kind of a long story. I know you guys are not in a hurry, but because this is a podcast, but be gentle with me. This is my first podcast ever, so
welcome.
Just lead me through it. But WFDF Team Worlds. That's a very interesting kind of situation we're living in because the whole competition is different. Like it's a team event, so nothing like the regular disc golf programming that you guys probably have seen before. We ended up discussing about the WFDF Team Worlds with Craig Sheether, he's kind of wearing two caps, one for the PDGA as the head of PDGA World, but also the head of disc golf in WFDF. So we had a couple of phone calls, tossed in a couple of emails, and at first they didn't really have any thought of like producing any sort of like media. Maybe someone filming some of the kind of the games there, but nothing fancy. And then we came like, hey, we do live sports stuff, so should we just toss around some ideas and maybe find a way to like do the whole thing? And they were like, okay, interesting. And roll a couple of months forward, and then we found out that we have funding, and then we started to design like what the games are going to be looking like. So just opening your mouth in a right place at the right time. So
okay.
So that's how we ended up here.
What's the format like for this team championships? It's obviously team disc golf, but what's it look like exactly?
Exactly. Okay. So I have actually.
Notes are good.
It's not. It's not a simple thing.
Okay.
People are 1v1, but let's start from the kind of like from the top down. So first day we're going to be seeing like like team formats. So what team disc golf means that teams against team, not individuals against individuals.
Okay.
So every single round is played by like country against country on two separate holes. And those country versus country games consist of 2 games of 1v1 and then doubles.
Oh.
So pair disc golf.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yep.
So one vs1 and one pair disc golf on one hole, and the second hole is gonna have the second pairing.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So that's the kind of like what the game country versus country looks like.
Okay.
We are using the Swiss system. So what that means is that like normally we've gotten used to seeing round robins.
Okay.
And for those who don't know what that means, is like we have, for example, groups of 4 and they are playing against each other, and then they're going to be seated forward, and then after that, you know, if we found a couple of rounds forward, and we found who the winner was. But with the Swiss system, we are actually playing all the time against everyone. But the seating system makes sure that like from the first round, when we have played the first round, we have someone who lost and someone who won. So those who won, basically close to each other, are going to play the second round, and those who lost are going to play the second round. And then after that, it becomes a little bit more complicated. And with you, Ian, we are probably going to be going through this a lot
Yeah.
at some point. So the audience will be very aware of where we are and what we're going to be doing. But the Swiss system is used in chess. So that's where it
interesting.
comes from. And that's one of the main reasons why the WFDF kind of wanted to use the Swiss system, because they were thinking like using the round robin and some alternate points and doing all kinds of fancy stuff in middle of the rounds. But they were like, okay, the chess guys are pretty smart, and they have been using this system for a very, very long time. So why don't we give it a try? So this is like completely new adventure for them as well. So, but if the chess matches work like that, then, you know, there's no reason why disc golf shouldn't you know.
I'm sure Magnus
work it too.
approves, you know.
That's true.
Right?
And of all the systems, like a Swiss system, generally a good thing from my experience, right?
They do
Like,
organization well, right? You know, that's what they're known for. Exactly. How can people watch this tournament, Kimmo?
This tournament is going to be on the WFDF YouTube channel for free.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Oh,
really?
that's amazing. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely killing it. And I haven't mentioned this, I guess, yet, but Philo and I will be doing the commentary. We're both headed to Finland over there in a couple weeks. I'm super excited to head to Europe for disc golf. Didn't think it would ever happen, but we're here and very excited to make that happen. Can you tell us about the courses and the venue? We're in Lithuania, right, for this?
Lithuania, yes. Vilnius, the capital of Lithuania. And to be honest, I haven't really gone through the courses too much yet, because one of the courses is oh my God, I don't even know how to pronounce the name of the course.
We'll get there together.
We'll get there. We'll get there. But the one of the courses is kind of regular course around the property.
Okay.
And the second one is a temporary course just for this event.
Cool.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of you know, kind of cool in a way that because the WFDF team disc golf format kind of allows that, you know, that they can basically just play it on any course they want, rather than for the, like, you know, the DGPTs and the PDGA majors, they have to have like proven kind of grounds where they run the competition. So it's going to be super interesting. I haven't seen the ready course yet, but we're going to be there, and we're going to be doing like kind of course previews, of course, for the broadcast, doing the regular like drone flybys and maybe doing even kind of like just presenting the courses. But one fun fact about the property is that it's the presidential kind of, the palace is right in the middle of the area.
Wow.
Yeah, the Belmontas
amazing.
Manor.
Yeah,
that is super
It's
cool.
kind of like bringing me like Tallinn energy a little bit, where they're playing on like a very core part of the city, like in the city. It's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, this is like right next to the Vilnius city, but it's a kind of like hunting grounds type of vibe, almost like
Wow.
the
Konopiste almost.
Konopiste. Thank you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
So we're gonna
I-
see
I
some
lit-
deers and stuff.
Oh, that's amazing. I gotta say, team disc golf might be my favorite format for disc golf. We have a team event here in Northern California that we're kind of all gearing up for now, and it is. I mean, some people prefer the singles tournaments, but generally, it is everyone's favorite weekend of the year. So, I know even specifically, like we were out in Canada. And I already heard talks from the Canadians about how they had knocked out the Finns a couple years in a row, and they were all like hot in the trot. So like, I know,
twist the knife. Oh,
it's going to be a great atmosphere out there. I know everyone's like super pumped about it, but this tournament is unique in that it's not exactly all the faces that you might recognize from the DGPT events, right? Could you speak a little bit about the field and who ends up making the journey to play this tournament?
Still waiting for the complete list, but of course, there is kind of that DGPT and the Worlds is right now, like next weekend, which is pretty cool, and people are not necessarily kind of like looking into like jumping into the teams that much yet, but I know that the top countries like Finland, United States, Sweden, Estonia. They're all gonna Canada will they're all gonna have their kind of best players to present the country, and I know
that's great.
guys, you guys are living in a plentiful staff of disc golf, so it's like you guys have a lot of like really good players to choose from, so it's like it's gonna be a tight competition, but I think the most interesting thing is that this is going to be the biggest team event ever.
Amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, we're gonna have like 30 teams in open division, and there's gonna be also the Masters division, which
Yeah, I saw that.
we are looking into covering that as well. But the time limits are because they're spaced really close to each other. We're looking into like if it's possible for us to cover a little bit of the Masters as well, but we'll see closer to the event. But there's gonna be so many different countries. That and I'm like 100% certain that there's going to be some of the countries that you didn't know even has disc golf. So it's going to be interesting to see the quality and kind of like the sportsmanship.
It's interesting too because I know like WFDF is not like their number one goal is to get disc golf in the Olympics, but they're definitely like a core part of that movement.
Yes.
And so I think having big international events like this is probably top of mind from that organizing committee as far as like pushing or moving the needle towards that type of, mainstream adoption. Is that at all like on the mind of anyone running the event or producing the broadcast or anything?
Yes, definitely is. It's the WFDF is the governing body from the Olympic perspective. So that means that if disc golf is ever going to be a part of the Olympics, it's going to be through WFDF.
Yeah.
But like that said, it's the Olympic kind of atmosphere and the Olympic Games are they are team events. So there are very, very like few Olympic sports that are like purely individual events. Like for example, like golf used to like they tried it as an Olympic sport and it did fine, but I guess it didn't have that same kind of appeal as like the like bigger golf events that are being run all over the world. But that's gonna be. We've been tossing I've been tossing around ideas with my team here that like, disc golf team events. That's a great start. But what can we do more? Like you've seen on the DGPT, you've seen these kind of like extra events where you have like putting competitions and like showcase type of stuff, distance throwing and stuff like that. So is there some way we could actually take that also as a part of like the team perspective and what team throws the furthest or what team has the most accurate shots and stuff like that. But
it's like All Stars kind of reminds me of All Stars at the old DGPT All Stars kind of had that.
Yeah, exactly. But there's actually a pretty interesting notion that the Olympic thing is always in our mind, because that also dictates a little bit of like what we can do on the broadcast. Because the Olympic channel is also going to be using the material to do some bits and pieces from the broadcast.
Oh, really?
So that's
great.
huge.
Wow.
Yes. But there's also the main idea is that the World Games is going to be in Germany in 2029.
Okay.
So 2026, in a couple of weeks, we're going to have the first competition. The teams are going to be trying to push themselves into like best of 16 countries, because those best 16 countries are going to get invited to the
So there's like
the
an
World
element of
Games.
qualifying event. This is kind of like
Yes.
a qualifying event for the World Games.
Exactly. And then also we're gonna have time to have a second one in 2028. So that's also a possibility to kind of like climb up the world rankings and get the invitation to the World Games, which is already like a huge step towards the Olympics.
Yeah.
I love it. Who are some of the surprising teams that are signed up that people might not know? There's a disc golf scene going on.
You got me there. I'm
You
sorry.
go down the Paul Macbeth Foundation list of
Wherever
courses,
he's traveled,
you know?
that's probably
Uganda.
the list.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, I unfortunately I'm still waiting for the final roster,
Yeah.
but it's like there's a reason why I didn't want to like take too much emphasis on like looking at the countries where who come there, because I want to be, as a producer, I want to make sure that I give equal opportunities to everyone.
Oh, very
so
cool.
I want to kind of erase wash my head in a way that like wash my brain away from that like, okay, the most important countries: United States, Finland, Canada, then a couple of other, Estonia, and then there's some shining stars like Germany.
Okay.
Simon Lazard. So I want to forget all that and make sure that I give on the broadcast, I give equal opportunities to everyone to showcase their country, their prowess, their disc golf abilities, and the broadcast is also going to be much more. It's not going to be the same broadcast as you've probably accustomed to see.
Okay.
It's going to be more about the joy of the sport, the countries, the people, and I'm trying to bring as much like meat on the bone. I mean, we see disc golf all the time. There's so many good kind of channels that produce post round content, like post round coverage, and like Central Coast Disc Golf,
Thank you.
Jomez and so it's like we have that kind of stuff a lot, but we don't know necessarily, like if we look at from the like a regular Joe like I have a grandma from Töle right next here.
Yeah.
He's looking at what's disc golf. I don't know anything about disc golf. So if you don't know the people, it's really difficult to kind of like enjoy it. And even though you like to see things fly in the air, it's still easier to kind of get into the sport when you have some sort of like, oh, Niklas Anttila, he likes kalakukko, it's a Finnish delicacy, or like Gannon Burr builds Legos, and all that kind of stuff. But when you go a little bit deeper into that pit, then I'm sure we're gonna reach a much more wider audience.
Okay,
So
interesting.
is
That's
that,
good to know for the broadcast, though.
Yeah, and if you're, you saying this, like, are you guys going to be pre-producing any like segments or packages or human interest stories, or is this just going to be generally driven through the commentary during the event?
One of the reasons why I'm trying my darndest to get some stories, but the thing is, like, the WFDF and Pulse or our company Rockway, we know that this is like the first time we are even attempting to do something like this. And I asked the organizers to send like a request to the country coordinators that could you like provide us with pictures, maybe a little stories, like what's going on with your teams, and how have you been practicing, and all that. And it remains to be seen how many kind of like videos or stories we can get out in the air, but attempt was made. Let's put it like this.
Awesome.
But
I got Oh, go ahead.
No, please. Please.
Oh, I was just going to say, I have kind of one last thing on my mind. Up top, you kind of meant or implied that you were doing a broadcast not only of disc golf, but are you broadcasting all of the events? Because this is not just a disc golf event, right?
No, it is.
Oh, it's just disc
Oh,
golf.
yeah, just disc golf. I mean, yeah,
Okay.
that's a good point actually, because like WFDF is all kinds of stuff, but
Yes.
but this event is only for disc golf, the
great.
World Team Disc Golf Championships.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was one of my questions earlier in the week, Corey. That's
Yeah,
it's funny. we got that
Well, I
same
mean,
one.
there's a bunch of fun events, like
Yeah, there are.
DDC, Discathon.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of cool frisbee style
Yeah.
events.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Ulti-World I think covers a lot of like,
Yes.
if I'm
All right.
correct.
We are out of questions, but open floor for you. Anything we didn't ask you that we should have? Anything you want to tell us that that didn't come up? Fire away.
Well, I like, I have to like throw in a little bit of the company Pulse.
Oh, sure.
So I mean, most of the people know about Pulse Disc Golf Academy,
Yeah.
and I mean we run the world's biggest disc golf academy for for all kinds of content. There's a little bit of like entertainment, but a lot of like good information on how you can get into the sport of disc golf. But like our company Rockway, we've been doing online education for 20 years almost.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So it's a company that has this Rockway.fi music service, like music online service. We have like 18,000 lessons,
Wow.
recorded throughout the years. But that's only the second part of this company. Pulse is just a brand.
Yeah.
But we also do a lot of sports broadcasts. We do a lot of webinars. We do all kinds of broadcasting from our studios here in Helsinki. So, like, it's sometimes kind of funny that when people look at Pulse, it looks good. I kind of produced it, but
Yeah.
I still think it looks cool. But like we have so much other things going on, and one of my kind of like what I would love to do more is broadcasting disc golf, and I hope that this event kind of brings it to kind of, or at least like gives a little bit of showcase what we can do with a
Amazing.
fairly small budget. Because I mean, let's face it, live disc golf and live anything is always much more expensive than post production.
Yeah,
as you guys know,
Orders of magnitude.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
pretty
So,
much.
Awesome. Well,
But yeah.
Thank you so much for your time, man. Super excited to meet you in person in a couple of weeks, and I can't wait to
Yeah.
get out to Finland and call some golf, man. It's going to be great. So thank you so
Yeah,
much for coming on.
Thank you so much for asking, man. And bring your bag. We're gonna play.
Awesome. Let's get it, man. I can't wait. You're gonna see
Finish
some
rollers, man. They're not
ill-advised
ready.
rollers in Finland. They're coming your way.
Oh yeah, there's a beautiful course like 20 minutes away from our studio that just opened. This huge, like they have 3 different layouts, and it's like built on next to this like old dump yard. So they have lots of space, and they made it really beautiful. So
Fun.
I'm gonna play there tomorrow. So super exciting.
All right. Looking forward to our round and looking forward to meeting you soon. Thank you so much, man. We'll get you around.
Thank you so much, Jen. Okay, bye.
Absolutely a great dude there, Cory, and really fun to chat with. And I'm really excited to meet him in person in a couple of weeks, man.
Yeah, man. He said, "Bring your bag." I like anybody that is hiring me for a job and says that. That's a huge win.
I was really weird. Like, am I going to have anyone to play with over there? Like,
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that it warmed my heart when you invited me for a round.
I mean, we're
there,
disc golfers first, Ian.
It's true. That's how we got here, right, buddy? So,
Yeah.
super stoked for that. It's gonna be free on YouTube, which that's super cool too, man. So
Yeah,
tune
on the
in,
WFDF channel.
on the WFDF channel. So make sure you subscribe to that and come hang out with File and I for 3 or 4 or 5 days, something like that, whatever it is. But no, it's gonna be a hoot, man. I cannot wait.
Dude,
Already-
I'll be
already-
tuning in between Safari rounds because that is going to
Okay.
be during our Big 8 here. It's a huge weekend for us in San Francisco and the Bay Area in general. So unfortunate that you can't come hang with us there, but stoked for you to be in Finland, dude.
Dude, talk about that Safari field this year, Cory, by the way. Minor segue. It is stacked. Has it ever been this stacked?
It's stacked. Proctor just dropped, so I'm stoked to be one spot higher in the placements. Love Proctor. Hate having to play against him. But yeah, dude, field is stacked. It's going to be unbelievable. I think Local Route Productions is trying to figure out a way to get out here and film it. So hopefully it'll be on coverage.
Okay, cool.
Expect me on lead card final round, though.
Get it, Merle. Get it, Merle. We're counting on you, buddy. We're counting on you.
All right.
I'm going to read your name in that A-tier wrap-up.
Yes. I'll be on that wrap-up. Heck yeah.
That'll be pretty fun, dude. Let's move on to our fantasy, trivia, and comments section of the pod. The trivia answer from last week, the question was, Macbeth, Wysocki, Heimberg, Dickerson, and McMahon are 5 of the top 8 rated players at the 2026 World Championships next week. Interestingly, 7 years ago, they were 5 of the top 6 rated players at the 2019 World Championships. Who joined them in the top 6 in 2019? Shouts to Danutek and U Chase 101. They got it. The answer?
Unk Chase.
Oh, thanks, dude. That was an unk move of me. Maybe he's a UNC fan, dude. Like you went to UNC, Chase? Huh?
That's capitalized, bro. That's capitalized.
I gotta be right, dude. All right, the answer: Kevin Jones. Crazy, man. He was top 6 in the world. He is now barely higher rated than Cory. It is crazy, dude. He is
1,009. He has dropped
got you by
30
6
points.
30 points, man. It just doesn't have the fire for disc golf anymore.
No.
People can move on. People can have different interests. People can get over it. And I think that's where Kevin is trying to figure out his next play in life. I feel
if you are even close to the rating of the camera operator, like something has gone awry. That's all
You're
I'll say.
too good to be camera operator, bro. It's not fair, Cory.
So's Kevin.
Fair. No, that's also true. We had several people guess Simon Lizotte. He was 7th at 10:38 back in the day. We had our commenter question for the Preserve. What will be the winning score at the Preserve doubles? It was neg 36. The best guess was neg 37 by Scott Davis. Unfortunately, this is Price is Right rules. You went over. No price.
Oh, so unfortunately, nobody won.
Nobody won. Shoot me a message, Scott, and I'll shoot you a disc, man, for your best guess there. Moving on to fantasy, the winners from the Preserve. This is a little fishy, Cory. I don't know did you see the names here? Your winner is Tukula for Skula. They had Adam Hammis, Taylor Chosick, Simon Lizotte, Katrina Allen, Calvin Heimberg, and Albert Tom. In second place, Jeff Kula.
Hey, family member. Brothers. They both play. Adamant fans, diehards.
Okay. And in third place, we had Greg Chance. Moving on to our season standings, all golf, no drama is still out in front. Greg Chance still in second. Can You Putt still in third. Disc Dog in fourth. Merle no longer in fifth as Tukula for Skula has swapped you there. You're in sixth place. I'm like mid-20s or so. Those missed weeks have killed your boy in the standings.
You hate to see it, Ian. I'm just a disc knower. I know these things.
You do.
It just is what it is,
You're a disc knower. You're a disc thrower. You do it all, Cory.
Whoa. Midnight Toker. No?
Wow. Merle, that is all we got for this episode of Coast to Coast Disc Golf. As always, a huge thanks to our Patreon subscribers. $1 a month helps a ton for us. And if you're looking for a cart, you cannot do better than a bag boy. CCDG gets you 10% off. We appreciate it if you use that code. Any closing thoughts, Merle?
No, man. Excited. We got Worlds coming up. We've got on Monday our official Worlds preview episode. I had a chance to watch AB's first practice round at the Black Locust course, which I played maybe like 6-7 years ago, and it is a beast, dude. I cannot wait to dive into all the Worlds storylines with you, man. Big week next week.
Loving it. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Out of facto, pterodactyl, when I micro and macro my mind. Why would I try to hide the fact that I'm jacked to be actually naturally high? And I'm that guy with the flashlight, looking back at the track with the black light. How about this? How about that? Pay attention to wax, you're free to see what that's like. And